Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Monday, everybody. It's going to pour rain here in Southern California in the next few days. Hopefully, we will not get too many mudslides, but that's probably going to happen due to all the fires that happened. So, yeah, that's the situation here. Not where I live currently, but in areas surrounding me. That being said, and the dogs are barking, as you can hear in the background. My husband just left to go to practice, so they're barking because they want his attention. They do this every time. I digress. So we have Chantal here with another fast food funeral. How many has she had? I don't know. I think it's kind of disgusting that she does this. I don't know why she does this, but she looks horrible in this video. I don't know what's going on. It almost like just the vibe that I get from this, because I've watched it already. I watched it this morning. Well, I was watching my grandson, so I was watching this. And I don't know, there's just a vibe to this one where it's like almost like she's force feeding herself. Like she's not even hungry, but she's just eating it because of the addiction. I don't know. It's just the weirdest vibe. And the content of the video is about children and self-harm, which I know is uncomfortable for some people. So if you want to turn the video off, turn it off, don't watch it. But I will proceed for others that are interested, and just to give my opinion on it, which I feel that I have the right to do because I am a mother of 4 children. I've raised 4 children. Well, I have one left, actually, 15-year-old. And now have the grandbaby who's 2 years old, helping raise him. So I think, I can give my opinion on this. So here we go.
Went on live stream a while ago for that. A few days ago. And I did KFC. We're doing the major culprits right now, okay? And today, we're doing Burger King. So, let's unpack. Alright, so,
I mean, come on. I don't understand this. She knows all of her issues, her health issues, all of that. Now, either she knows that the end is near and she just gives no F's about it at this point and she's just going to eat what she wants to, or she is doing this on purpose as a bully in order to inflict emotional harm on people that are trying to help her and, trying to stop her from doing this. I don't know. It could be either.
So what we have here is a Whopper with cheese, chicken royal, just a regular one with cheese, an apple pie.
Look at, come on. Feeder content.
Regular curly fry, Coke Zero.
Disgusting. And like I've said before, many times before, I apologize for the eating noises. It's hard for me to edit that out because of the way she speaks. In between each bite, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it would just be like a chopped up video if I decided to do that. And it would kind of lose its authenticity, if you know what I mean. So that's why I don't do it. So I apologize.
What I don't like about delivery BK here is the lack of fountain drinks. Like, come on, man.
Okay, who does that? I'm sorry. That's psychotic behavior. Anybody who puts ketchup on one fry at a time.
Get with the program.
No.
Yeah, I'm Whopper.
Disgusting. Actually, we had burgers yesterday. We had burgers and hot dogs. And like my son went to the store. He bought all of that, and then he bought all these bags of chips. What did I have? I had 1 hot dog with nothing on it, had the bun, and then I had 2 hamburger patties with 2 slices of cheese on it, and that's it. That's all I had. I mean, I can't even imagine eating all of this food at one time. I would vomit. Like, I can't. This is just, What we're seeing right now is somebody actively loving their addiction right now. She loves this. It's satisfying that hole that she needs to fill with her addiction. Clearly, those emails that she's been reading have gotten to her and she's eating her feelings. 100%.
So, have you guys heard about this? Happened like, I've known about this for weeks, but
Let me guess, TikTok?
have you guys heard about the woman from Adelaide? So this woman from Adelaide, Australia, her daughter was being bullied incessantly.
And I find this rich, this whole commentary about the bullying, considering Chantal has been proven to be a bully. There's evidence of her being a bully, like in her adulthood, as well as the stories that her ex-friend Shannon has told about her being in school, that Chantal was actually a bully. So this is quite rich coming from her.
The mother said that she's been, contacting the school, trying to get them to do something.
Feeder content.
And as usual, the schools do nothing.
How would you know? How would you know that, Chantal? You're not a child, and you don't. I mean, excuse me. You don't have any children, so how would you know? Whether the schools do something or not. How do you know? Why? Because you were a bully?
I have bad allergy ice today. Wow. So,
Sure, they're bad allergies. Sure, Jan.
when her daughter's bully tells her daughter to, how do I say this? Unalive herself, basically.
And let me bring up another point as well. There was another channel, I'm not going to say her name, you all know who I'm talking about, that clearly had some addiction problems, that came into the girl world trying to defend Chantal and ended up ending her life. The fact that Chantal is bringing up the subject again, I don't know, kind of irks me in a kind of way. She shouldn't be discussing this topic on her channel, considering her life and where she's at in the world right now. I don't know. It's just really uncomfortable to me. I don't know why she's doing this. Maybe she's trying to get clout. I don't know.
The mother's had enough. She was at her wit's end. So she goes into the classroom and starts cussing out and threatening this girl. I forgot to check how old she was. Maybe 11?
12 years old. She's talking
Or 14.
this creepy woman, 40-year-old woman, is talking about a 12-year-old girl that was being bullied. Creepy woman.
The age. But here's the video.
TikTok, of course.
A parent who barged into a classroom and threatened to slit a 12-year-old girl's throat in a fiery outburst claims that she was at her wit's end after school bullies allegedly told her daughter to hang herself.
So, I'm dying.
First of all, I'm like I said in my community post, I'm biting my tongue. I'm trying not to go off on this subject, and the fact that this, I was gonna say a bad word, that this creepy woman, individual, 40-year-old woman, is discussing this topic is wrong in so many ways.
To know whose side you're on. And
What do you mean,
surprisingly,
whose side? There is, first of all, in that situation, there actually is no side. I'm not siding with the bullies. I'm not siding with the mother. They're both wrong. That's not how you handle a situation like that at all.
in the comments, most of the people are like, I'm on Mama Bear's side. And it's really hard to say what you would do unless you're in that position. I'm sure every mother would want to wring the little crap's neck.
No, that's not
You
true.
know?
Excuse me, speak for yourself, but then again, you can't because you have no children, and you actually weren't really taken care of by your own mother, so you really have no say so. No, not every mother would want to wring the other child's neck because a lot of mothers would probably, come to the conclusion that, oh, this other child that's bullying my child in this sort of way obviously has some home issues going on, and that's why they're reacting this way. That's typically what, a normal person would do. Or a normal person would say. Excuse me.
Because it's illegal.
You think it's illegal? Chantal would be that type. She would be that type. Didn't that happen to her? It did, now that I'm thinking about it. Didn't she get, beat up while she was in school because she was sleeping with a married man or something like that? And the pregnant wife or girlfriend came and beat her up at the school? Yeah.
But, I mean, the mother apparently snapped. And she said that she would rather catch a charge than find her daughter.
Look at just a pig. Disgusting.
Unalived from bullying.
See, and just in my opinion, I think a normal mother that has empathy towards all children, basically, I think moms know what I'm talking about, wouldn't initially hate the other child. They might be upset at the other child for treating their child like that, but then they would probably soon realize that that child obviously had some issues. I think that's what most mothers would probably think.
It's a spicy chicken roll. In my opinion, I don't know what I would have done.
We know. You would have shown up at the school and probably beat up the child. Or you're that type of mother because in today's time, you would go online and one of your sock accounts and probably start to bully the other children. That's what you would do. You wouldn't go to the school. You wouldn't try to go talk to the parent of the other child. You would bully the child yourself because that's how you roll. You've done it since childhood, Chantal. You're the bully.
I mean, she didn't touch the girl. Maybe she scared some life into her. But the problem is when you confront bullies, especially if it's a parent, the child usually just ends up getting tormented more.
That's not true.
Like they might now make fun of her for her mom being that crazy woman from Adelaide, you know? And it's not up, to me, it's not up to the parent to stop the bullying. It should be up to the school.
Says somebody that obviously has no children. Yeah, technically, the school should handle these types of problems, but during certain times, it's up to the parents to actually, put on their big girl pants and go talk to the other parent and see if the issue could be resolved that way. And if the issue isn't resolved that way, then you go a little bit higher up, into the school, whatever. You clearly don't know how to raise children.
And they should expel the people
Is that what happened to
who
you?
are a problem.
I think that's what happened.
You should have
Is that what happened to her? Is that why she was in that school for wayward children? Because her mother got tired of her crap and threw her in there? Because she was incorrigible? Is that why? Are you talking about yourself right now, Chantal?
go to a special school or be homeschooled. You should not be allowed around other children if you're a bully. You don't have that privilege to be in a public school if you're only going to harm other children.
That's not how that works. Schools are set up to educate and help children. It's not a jail system where if you do something wrong, you get punished and then they put you in a jail type system, Chantal. That's not how that works. But we see how you work, bully.
But bullying is just one of those things that you just, swim or don't in school.
Swim or don't. What does that even mean? I think this is my opinion. Like I said, I have 3 boys. Well, I have 2 now, but have raised 3 boys and I have 1 daughter. And I always think a little bit of bullying through school, and I'm not talking about like crazy bullying. A little bit of bullying, teasing, normal childhood teasing is good for every child because it teaches them to stand up for themselves. It teaches them to have integrity. Chantal, obviously you don't have any of that.
I'm sure we've all been subjected to some form of it, And we may have all been mean to other kids at some point.
No, speak for yourself. Not everybody's like that.
But not the constant going at someone and telling them to unalive themselves, no. Another thing I was thinking is, why don't they take...
It's funny that you say that because you're basically on a public platform in front of hundreds, maybe even thousands of people doing a public unaliving every day in slow motion, basically. It's going to be over a period of time that this happens. But you're doing it every day, Chantal. So who are you to talk about that subject when you're doing this to others? You're basically bullying your audience with your self-harm every day.
The bullies. Make them go to some kind of detention where they're, reformed. You know what I mean?
Like you?
Really try to teach them what they're doing is wrong.
Isn't that what happened to you?
Try to reconcile with the victim. I don't know. They gotta do something. It's just awful.
Clearly, there's something going on in the homes of both children. If the child that was bullying the other one, the mother came in like that, clearly there's something going on in that house. No normal parent reacts in that sort of way.
One regular fry. Anyway.
There was a regular fry, probably because she has another thing of fries, bonus fries, hidden under the table.
The woman apologized and she was, I don't know what the outcome was, but they should definitely pay more attention to how kids are being treated in the social setting, not just in the academic sense.
Really? Chantal, childhood psychologist now. Yesterday we had marine biologist. Today we have child psychologist.
Problem is, sometimes the kids never come forward because they don't want to be bullied more for being a snitch. But in this case, it was the mother.
That's not true. That's wrong. It's not a case of being the snitch. It's a case of the child probably being embarrassed and they don't want to come forward and say how they're being bullied. Typically, that's what I've seen from my own experience. And usually a child won't say anything because either they don't want to get somebody in trouble or they're embarrassed. And typically they will go to somebody that they trust, whether it be a teacher or a teacher's aide, or even sometimes another parent. The child might go to them, try to confide in them, seeking some type of guidance in that situation. That's what, like I said, from my own experience, Chantal doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
I tried to bring an end to it. Like, hey, my daughter's being told to take a rope and unalive herself.
And you know what, too, now that I'm thinking about it, the fact that she said that says a lot about her, that she would think that a child wouldn't talk about being bullied because that child doesn't want to be a snitch. Is that what happened to you, Chantal? Did you get bullied by your mother or somebody in your family, and they told you you better keep your mouth shut, don't be a snitch? Is that what happened to you? Because bullies are often bullied in the home first. So I kind of think that you didn't have such a nice childhood.
You gotta wonder, man, what's going on in the homes of those children doing that kind of bullying.
Yeah, what was going on in your home? Like I said, and I said it before, there's an issue with Chantal for all this behavior that she's having right now. I think there's some type of trauma or abuse. There's an issue with her that happened in her childhood. It's something in there. I don't know. That's just my opinion based on the things that I've seen from her. I know a lot of people don't think, they just think she's just an asshole. But yes, it's true. But I think there's some hidden trauma with her that just comes out, whether it be in the eating, whether it be in the bullying, whether it be in the bad language. All of that stuff comes out in that way.
Statistically, the majority of the time, when kids are bullies like that, they learn it from their parents.
Yeah, so is that where you learned it from? Did you learn it from Shmi? Did she tell you to shut up and just shove food in your mouth when she wanted to go out with all the men when you were younger, Chantal? Is that where your daddy issues come from, Chantal? Is that where your bullying issues come from? Did your mom kind of shut you down, and then you decided as you grew up to bully others, you were treating others the same way you were treated as a child?
Which is why I know you guys a lot of you hate me when I say this. But some of the creators, if you can call it that, which you can't, their content is just plain bullying. And you would think that bullying would end as a child. No. There's adult bullies on, especially...
First of all, a lot of the creators are not bullies. They've tried to help you over a period of time, as well as give you constructive criticism and things like that. I think it's getting to the point where some of them, might be out of pocket sometimes, just out of frustration because you don't listen and you're just so defiant in your behavior and you refuse to listen to any help that anybody throws your way. I think that's where you're getting it confused, Chantal.
Social media. I know this looks weird.
And by the way, she ate all of this. What was it? Curly fries, a Whopper, and this chicken sandwich within like 17 minutes. All of that food.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Do what you want with your life. Make fun of me all you want. I'm resilient, but...
No, you're not. You're not resilient. You show it every time you come on here and do something like this when you're eating all of that food that you're not supposed to be eating. And like I said before, being defiant. I don't know, why be defiant? Do you think you're trying to prove something? You try to prove something time and time and time again, and all you prove is that you love your addiction. That's all you prove. And that's not somebody that's resilient. That's somebody that is losing.
Your young children are very impressionable, and they're going to see you at some point
Please.
Even if you're doing it during school, they're going to see you at some point. They're going to see your channel of you having an entire career making fun of fat women.
First of all, this isn't my entire career. Like, and I think a lot of other creators as well. This is our reaction channels. This is not our entire career. We have other things that we do. And as far as our children and our family knowing what we do, all my children know what I do. They don't know why I watch you. They agree with a lot of my opinions about you. I'm not going to say what they say about you because I think that's kind of rude. Maybe one day I'll do a reaction with some of my kids, so you can see what their opinion is about you, based on what they've seen. But yeah, no, my family knows exactly what I do. And let me just tell you this. My entire family does not like you, Chantal, based on your behavior of what they've seen.
I'm just saying. To me, awful parenting.
Yeah, okay, yeah, says you. Okay. Then what does that say about your mother, Chantal? Look at yourself. You know what I know? I know that I'm not going to say that I'm the best parent. I've made, mistakes along the way like anybody else, but all my kids are good. All my kids have career paths, never been in trouble with the law, never on drugs, none of them drink, nothing. Thank God. I got lucky with good kids. What happened to you? Are you going to blame this on your mother? Look at your life, Chantal. You can blame this on your mom?
Because as a parent, and I know I'm not one, but that doesn't mean I can't be observant, Like,
I would say yes. You don't have to have children to comment about children, but I think you should have some experience being around children, whether that be with nieces or nephews or possibly taking care of a friend's children, things like that. You have no room to even speak on this subject, Chantal, at all. And like you've said it multiple times, you hate children. You hate to hear them. You hate to be around them. You have no motherly instincts or qualities whatsoever.
being a parent is more than just feeding your child, making sure that they live.
Wow.
You're responsible for shaping them, their morals at a young age.
First of all, that, like I said, that says she tells a lot about herself and the way she speaks. The first thing she says, there's more to being a mother than just feeding your child. Is that how your mother treated you, Chantal? That's what it feels like to me. For some reason, you think that's all that we as mothers do is just, feed our children and just send them on their merry way. No, we know that we are responsible for raising, citizens of the world, and we try to raise them to the best of our ability. Obviously, your mother did a horrible job raising you.
But if the parent doesn't have very many morals themselves, or questionable ones, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the children from some reaction channels, bully channels, are bullies themselves.
Nope.
Grow up to be bullies themselves. Or if they're become overweight at some point,
Oh, here we
have a
go.
complex because of how their parents project their self-hatred of being overweight onto other women online.
First of all, you can go after yourself. Let me just say this. None of my kids are bullies. None of them. They've never been bullied themselves nor bullied anybody else. And as far as being overweight and all of that sort of thing, I have absolutely no overweight children. My children are huge. They are Vikings. They are Nephilim, if you want to call them that. 6'7". My 15-year-old's probably going to be bigger than my older son. So no, Chantal. Just because you have issues with your weight doesn't mean other people, do with their children. Stop, you're projecting. Stop projecting your crap on everybody else. Just because you had a horrific childhood and upbringing, that's not our deal. That's not our issue. I think you're just jealous of all of us out here as reaction channels, who are happily married, who have children that have fabulous lives. We love our children, they love us. We do family get togethers, gatherings, holidays, all that sort of thing. You don't have that. You're sitting in Kuwait by yourself, just withering away. I'm not even going to say withering, gaining weight and just slowly unaliving yourself on camera, and your mother cares no F's about it. How sad. I pity you. I feel sorry for you. I know a lot of other reaction channels don't, but I do. I feel, as a mother, my heart goes out to you. Bless your heart.
That's just my observation.
Keep eating.
So, I don't know. I can't say, really, what that mama bear.
Thank God you can't have children. Thank Jesus Christ himself. Thank you, Lord, that this woman filled with such hate and a black heart cannot have children. And thank God there's no children around her that she could torture. Thank you. Look, and she rolls her eyes.
Was right or not.
Mama bear, whatever. You wish you were one.
But that was crazy. Warm apple pie.
It's the fattest thing I've ever heard anybody say. Disgusting.
Alright, guys. Last bite of BK.
Sure, Jan.
Actually,
You know who she is? You know Charlie in the Chocolate Factory? If Augustus was a female, this is what it is right here.
this is the last of the junk. Let's make this the fast food funeral.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Let's do it. I know I've done these many times. Well, let's just pray and hope that this one will stick. Alright, guys.
So this is the end of this BS. Woosah, woosah, woosah. Chantal, you have no place to speak about bullying, considering you are the bully. And like I said, and I posted on my community page, I have so much evidence of your bullying over the years, as well as so many other reaction channels that have their own collection of your bullying. It's laughable that you are literally going to come on here with this content. LOL. I feel bad for you. That's all I'm going to say. Bless your heart. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.